Hello and welcome to Activate. I'm Gregory Golda coming to you from the Martiri Center for the Humanities here at Sacred Heart University. Today on Activate, I'm joined by two representatives from the CT chapter of the Alzheimer's Foundation, Cheryl Podob and Michelle Ramos, to talk about the upcoming Walk for Alzheimer's here on campus. Welcome, Cheryl and Danielle.
Thank you for having us.
It's great to have you. I saw you at the volunteer fair.
Yes.
And I said, please come in. You've got important information, but you're also very much connected to Sacred Heart University. So tell us how you got involved with the Alzheimer's Walk here at the school.
Sure. So I am actually the development manager for Fairfield County, and I manage the Walk to End Alzheimer's for Fairfield County, and Sacred Heart is a part of that. And the way we got connected was that Danielle is one of our volunteers, and she is a community educator, and she well, why don't you take it from there?
So as a community educator, I go throughout the community to just share information, knowledge, some of the curriculum that the Alzheimer's Association has, 10 warning signs, understanding Alzheimer's and dementia. And we do that in several different venues, so in schools, with the police department, at libraries, and so
Rotary clubs.
Yeah, and so we were asked to, I was asked to present here, and that's kind of where it came about. And I started talking with the professor and connected her to Cheryl, and here we are a few years later with an annual walk.
Yep.
And it's probably a very good fit with this school. I imagine, there was a lot of interest.
Yes, definitely.
The students are always very excited to get engaged with the community. It's something that's unbelievable, and I don't see it on other campuses, I will tell you that.
That's really nice to hear from you. And yeah, there's a real spirit here for volunteerism and working with the community. So I imagine you didn't just stumble into this kind of field. There's got to be a personal story which attached you to the Alzheimer's cause.
Yes. So I volunteered my whole life. I also was in the corporate end of the world. And when it was a time of transition, I said, okay, I'm going back to nonprofit. And when this opportunity came, I said, this is perfect. My grandmother passed away from Alzheimer's, as did her sister, as did my mom's half-brother from Lewy body dementia. And in the 4 years that I've been here, I have over 5 friends who have lost parents. So it's something that's very near and dear to my heart.
And Danielle?
And I have been, I think, touched by the disease both personally and professionally. So I did lose my grandmother in 2004 to Alzheimer's. I've also worked in skilled nursing for over 25 years. So in that, I've had multiple hats, one of which was overseeing, the education and training and programming for our dementia neighborhoods. So professionally, I do this, most every day.
Well, what a great way to move forward from tragedy, basically, and say, let's make something out of this opportunity.
Right.
Yeah. So tell me how you do outreach to families and how the walk ties into that.
So we have many ways that we do outreach. First is that we do it through community education. The second piece is that is most important that I hope everyone remembers is that we have an 800 helpline that is available 24/7 in 200 languages. So I'm just going to share it with you. It's 1-800-272-3900. Very important. So we are always there for a family when they need us. We manage support groups. We have respite grants. We do education programs for families.
We do early stage programming, so for someone who's in the early stages of the disease to go to a meaningful activity with their loved one. Health fairs, exhibiting at a health fair with information. And
So you're doing work with the caregivers.
We do a
Yes.
lot of work with
Yes.
caregivers as well. It's
Yes.
very important for them to be taken care of because if they don't take care of themselves or are reminded to take care of themselves, they can't take care of their loved one.
Right.
And they burn out very quickly.
As a certified scuba diver, you have to breathe first.
Yes,
And,
exactly.
and then you can help. And obviously, it's important to take care of oneself. So when you started the talks about having the walk here at Sacred Heart, how fast did that happen?
Beyond quickly. So it happened in probably 2-3 months. And within 4 months, we had a walk here. So literally from the moment that I spoke to one of the professors, they introduced us then to the director of community engagement. And then the next thing you know, we're all sitting in a meeting and they're going, well, we believe in this and we want to walk and it's going to be on campus. And okay, let's pick a date. This was July. And by the middle of October, we had a date. I mean, by the middle of October, we were walking.
just this year.
No,
how
this
long
this
ago?
will be the 4th year.
there we go.
So in the last 3 years, the school has raised over $50,000. The very first year, we raised like $8,000 and had like, I don't know, 220 kids that came. Last year, they raised over $25,000 and they had over 400 kids that came. So we expect between 500 and 600 students and professors and faculty and family to be here this year at the walk, October 18th, in case you wanted to
October
know.
18th, you got to plug it.
It is wonderful to see it grow as quickly as it has, and
Right.
it's just really, it's a wonderful thing.
Step me through what the walk is like. No pun intended.
So walk is a full action-packed, fun, just really, what's the word that I want? It really is just a heartwarming experience. So in something that is so difficult, you come together with community. There's activities. So we start walk very, very early, usually when it's dark.
Right.
Not so much here, it's a little later.
Right.
But we're setting up, just getting everything from the snacks to the tents to the photo booth area, all of that set up. Our promise garden, the flowers in the promise garden. So we're on setup duty, and then before we know it, students are arriving, they're registering, walk kicks off, and as quick as it starts, it feels like it ends. It moves very quickly, but it's a wonderful experience for us. I think every single year, having been on the walk committee for over a decade, every year it still is just an incredible experience for me. And so I think in growing, I think the students really, they seem to really just take hold of it.
And they're always so appreciative that we came and we saw them and that they feel heard. So it's almost, in some respect, it's a big support group day, right?
Sure.
Like everyone feels supported and loved and seen. So when they come, there's about a half an hour to 45 minutes before we actually start walking around the quad. It's in Chapel Quad. And we hand out these flowers. So a purple flower is because they lost someone. An orange is because they believe in the mission. A yellow is because they're a caregiver. So they go and they get their flowers, and then they start drawing with chalk on the sidewalk, their reason for being there. And it becomes just very joyful. We have Zumba or salsa or whatever, and then we have this ceremony, and we talk about what all these flowers represent, and then we walk around the quad 4 times. Loud music, lots of fun. We're throwing frisbees. It's a really good time.
It sounds like it for sure. So how do people volunteer with your organization beyond the walk?
So many ways.
Yes, where do we begin?
Let's pick a couple.
So to begin with, obviously it takes a lot of planning for the walk. So if someone's interested in helping plan a walk, whether it's at Sacred Heart University or the Fairfield County Walk, that's one thing, and that's like once a month, and gathering all the different pieces and talking to the community. But there's other pieces that are just as important. Someone can be trained. We would train them to be a community educator, such as Danielle. Someone can be an advocate. And an advocate is someone who's going and talking to our congressmen and our senators. And every year we have...
Advocacy Day?
Yes, every year we have Advocacy Day.
You're such a great team. You're a great team.
Talk about Advocacy Day. Have you been?
I have not been.
Oh, okay.
But
It's a great day. We take about 100 volunteers up to the state capitol, and there's always 1 or 2 bills that we are asking to have passed that usually relate either to the caregivers or to the folks themselves. 2 years ago, we helped pass a bill where more monies could stay in the pocket of those caregivers so that they didn't have to be depleted, and there was money for them as well. Very important things like that. So advocacy is a very big way. Community education is another way. We're working with the Walk Planning Committee. You can also just want to volunteer for the day of the walk as well.
absolutely.
Am I missing one? No, I don't think so.
So your website is alz.org/CT. And there's a helpline,
Yes.
which is 1-800-272-3900.
Yes.
And what is a typical helpline call like? Who calls and why?
I think you get a variety. I mean, it could be a caregiver who's at home with their loved one. They're having a difficult time. Maybe they need some help with redirecting, or just someone to listen, just someone to support. So I think a big part of that is caregivers. I know someone even like myself, professionally, looking for resources. Where's a local support group, or where do we have, what doctor, what practice is great to go to for an evaluation. So even for, a variety of resources, really, I feel like any question you have,
Anything you
they will
have
get you the answer.
at any given time. So even if it's something as, oh, mom is doing this or dad is doing that, what does that mean? They can call and say, this is the behaviors that I'm seeing being exhibited. What does that mean? And it might just mean, oh, guess what? Dad needs hearing aids. Or it might mean that in the end, mom just needed more B12. Like it doesn't, there's a lot of things that will mimic cognitive decline. So really, it's that helpline is there anytime, day or night. And that's the best part, I think, because it can be 2:00 in the morning when you can't fall asleep or when no one's listening and I need to ask somebody those questions. You can ask for a care consultation, and that can be you with the consultant, or it can be actually it's a master level clinician. Every phone call is answered by a master level clinician, but you could also have your whole family there as well. So you can have a care consult, and you can have them as many times as you need. So we're always there for every step of the way.
What a fantastic opportunity to talk and get support. And I think it's so important. I tell my students this too, for everything. You have to ask for the help.
You have to ask for the help. I think the most important thing for us right now as an organization is to nationally make sure that everyone is not afraid to ask for help. There are 2 new drugs out there that actually slow down the progression of the disease. But the fact is that they only work in the beginning stages. So if we're not out there saying, don't be afraid, like you said, right, then by the time they get their act together and they're not afraid to ask, they may not be eligible to even have that medication.
Wow. So timing's everything.
Timing is everything. Yeah.
And speaking of timing, let's talk dates. October 18th is the Sacred Heart Walk here in Fairfield.
Yep. It's right on the quad.
And you've got one the same day.
Yes, we have.
in Rockwell Park in Bristol.
Yes.
How are you going to do that?
Well, thank God we're not doing that one.
We'll be here at SHU.
Yeah, we will be here at SHU.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a trifecta weekend, because then the following day on Sunday we have one at Rensselaer Park in Hartford.
Yeah.
And the following week, we will be at Sherwood Island. So that's our Fairfield County walk.
Great. And Westport.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
at Westport. Yeah, at West. So really, anyone who signs up, and there were we're very excited because there were over 80 students who signed up to register to volunteer to help us either at just the SHU walk or the SHU walk and the Westport walk as well. So you can register and come to both.
Well, Cheryl and Danielle, I can't thank you enough for being here, and I hope this podcast finds a lot of people and gives them the information to get involved with your wonderful efforts here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for joining us here on Activate. I'm Professor Gregory Golda here at Sacred Heart University. Activate begins with you. Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.